Three concepts. 1. Every bowl and cooking pot will be consecrated to Yahweh Elohim. 2. Behold, I make all things new. 3. The leaves are for the healing of the nations. Back to 1. Our diet, how we fast, and what we put into our mouths is for and to the glory of Elohim. If you're eating to be eating, that is to fulfill a sense of self. Two, Sabbath means rest. Every seventh day is Sabbath. Which day this is not changed or affected by worldview or perception. We are to rest every Sabbath. The land is to be allowed its Sabbath every 7th year. When these things do not take place, among other variables, other additional variables, the fish start getting compoundingly ill. The land that sees no rest winds up being a dust bowl, desertous area, and depleted of much needed macronutrients and minerals. Macro and micro. The more the lands lack, the more it erects, groans. When people destroy this earth, the intrinsic response of the earth is to repair, just like the body. If you stop feeding the body very specific nutrients and minerals, which the DNA is made of, you become deficient. And if you continue on that path, your children lack that mineral and or nutrient in their DNA, and they are born deficient, and so on and so forth down the generation. But while you are not feeding the body what it requires to sustain life, it becomes sick and ill, and everything seems to compound, and everything seems to make you sick. And the body tries to sustain itself. It tries to survive by pulling the nutrients from your other organs and the rest of your body, which is why the whole body gets sick. Same process is with the earth. The intrinsic response of the earth is to repair itself. Let me give another example of the earth in relation to the body. If you took the most abundant nutrients and minerals out of the body, let's say oxygen, copper, selenium, magnesium, and sodium. If you took all of these things out of the body and placed them back in one single location, let's say the hippocampus, where they cannot escape from. You're going to die because you won't live very long, because your organs and the rest of your body does not have what it needs to sustain life. Now, with the earth, if it is mined of its most abundant resources, such as iron, copper, nickel, cobalt, all the things industry states that it needs or must haves to sustain economy. If you take all these resources out of the earth and you compile them without a returning of anything to the earth, that's a sick earth, and the rest of it will groan, and it will try to repair itself. Floods cleansed the land for a fresh, dry land start, while leaving behind the minerals and nutrients of the oceans, because salt water of the ocean is the closest anything to have the same chemical composition as the body, the cells in the body. Earthquakes and volcanic activity provide the face of Eretz with the minerals and nutrients from within the earth. The changing of the face of the earth will inherently involve storms, tornadoes, hurricanes, landslides, floods, a complete reshaping, reform of Eretz. Mountains flattened, valleys raised, islands disappearing and or moved. The earth will shake and quake at the awesome might and power of his coming. When they, the nations, see these things happen, then they will know that I am Yahweh Elohim, am God. Jah. 3. The olive tree, in my opinion, is the purest tree, the grafted tree. The tree of life is in the city known as New Jerusalem, and the fruit, which is a different kind every new moon, 12 in total, one for each month of the year, or new moon of the year. The fruit is for the sustenance, sustaining, and maintenance of the one body, which is the kingdom of heaven, the church, the residence of New Jerusalem, inside the city. But for those that are without the city, or on the outside of the city, the nations get their healing from the leaves of the tree of life.